If you're constantly thinking about them, checking their social media, and asking the universe for signs, then this video is for you. We have the obsession, we have the chasing, we have the longing, and we spend our days in agony and wishing that we could just be with them, or if they would just listen to us, or if they would only understand where we are coming from. And this is a trap. This is a soul trap, and this is going to keep you in a never ending loop. What do I mean by a twin flame trap? Essentially, what I mean is that your ultimate goal with being on the twin flame journey is that you are going to end up with this person. Nothing else matters. All that matters to you is being in this with this person in the 3D. And that in turn creates deeper despair. It creates you from living your purpose. It makes you feel in a way of depression and just this dark feelings of longing and separateness. And when we come to terms on the twin flame journey that chasing is no longer part of your reality, when you realize that being with yourself is the utmost important thing on this journey, coming back to oneself and coming back to the present moment and living in your heart space is the ultimate goal of the twin flame journey. It is not about being together with somebody in the 3D. It's not about, look at this goal. We are together and we are in twin flame union. Sure, that's great. And if that ends up happening for you, that's amazing. But that is not ultimately the goal. When we put all of this on hold for the other person, it causes some issues. We lose our sense of self. We are delayed in our healing because ultimately when you meet your other half, what it does is it triggers a lot of things deep inside you, a lot of your ego, a lot of things that you end up needing to heal. And if we just obsess over the other person, then we realize that we are not going to heal the things that we need to. And instead, it turns into these loops and these patterns and these stories that we're telling ourselves. And when we stop the stories and we take a step back and we take a deep breath in and out and come back to center, come back to our heart space, we realize that we were confusing pain with purpose. And the whole purpose of this journey is to come back to who we truly are. Before I go further, I do want to say that I have been on my twin flame journey for a long time. And I have gone through the chasing phase. I chased for many years. I was in depression. I was in sorrow. People felt so bad for me. How could this person just ghost me after an amazing connection? How could this person just leave me after, what was it, 8 weeks of pure bliss? Some are like, you're crazy. This is obsessive. But if they've never met their twin flame, right, they have no idea. And so, we ask ourselves, well, why do we chase? And that has to come down to inner child wounding, right? Where we've had problems with mommy or we've had problems with daddy, where we've had to chase them for our love, where we had to make them compete for their love. If you grew up in a narcissistic household, you know exactly what I mean. Where there was the golden child and all the other children were, ridiculed. Or even if you had a narcissistic parent, you were you were held up to a higher tier. And so all that while here you are chasing that love because you never got it, because you were neglected, because you were in pain, because you didn't understand. And, then we go back to they mirror that back to us. When you meet them, the connection is so intense that you can't describe that to anybody else. Nobody else will ever understand that. When you lock eyes with your twin flame, it's like space explodes. Big Bang Theory. Everything, nothing else matters. Time slows down. Actually, there is no time. Linear time ceases to exist. And there you are, your soul naked for them to fully see. And there they go, literally mirroring back to you the deepest parts of yourself that you need to heal. And I remember on my journey in the early days, I would mirror back to them things that they needed to heal unconsciously. Like looking back now, I was like, why did I do that? That was so weird. Like just like act like extra like flirty with like other men around, or laugh really hard at these other guys' jokes just to trigger them unconsciously. And I'm like, what? You look back, you're like, why did I do that? But I digress. We trigger them. We go deep into that. We see them for who they truly are, and there is no masking. You can't mask this because it is so deep. They are you and you are them. So how could you hide from yourself? You can't. It's literally impossible. We think we're chasing them, but we're really just chasing the parts of ourselves, right? Because, like I said, they are you and you are them. So we go back to this journey is about self. This journey is about you coming back to your true, authentic self. Who you are, who your higher self is, who you are at a deep soul level. So when we chase them, it comes off as a vibration of lack, which in turn repels the twin flame, which in turn tells them, you know what, no, I need to get out of here, because the more you try to chase, the more it's going to repel them. And then, confront yourself, do some shadow work, do some deep work, and ask yourself, why are you chasing them? And keep asking yourself, why? 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 And until you have no more whys to give and you have no more answers to that why. And you might be surprised about what you come up with at the end there. And when we do our inner child work, we are reparenting ourselves. So give that inner child the part of love you've never received during childhood. Give that love, give them hugs, tell them that you love them because they are part of you. And then what we can do is we can transmute the energy into our purpose, into something creative. We can paint, we can make YouTube videos, we can teach others, and we can then start to uplift the vibration of the planet as we're moving into this new being, this new earth right now. So when you stop chasing them and instead put the focus within yourself, that's when the transmutation happens. That's when the shift happens. And that's where you can really begin to grow as a person and to really begin to tap into what it is that you truly want to do, what it is that is going to make a creative impact on the planet and to be into service to others. I would like you to reflect. If this resonated with you, I would like you to do some journaling prompts and really dive deep into what we've discussed today. So, what would happen if you turned all of that love back into yourself? So, you transmuted that love and turned that love inward. What is the emotions that are coming up? How is that making you feel? How uplifting is that? How can we transmute that into something more creative, into service to others, and back into our heart space, back into a new human on this planet, you know? And how can we really just move forward being a twin flame on this planet? We've Twin flames are beautiful. They're special. They're one of a kind. There's not too many of us out there. And that being said, because there's not too many of us out there, what does this special connection truly mean? And it's truly coming back to ourselves. Truly means now stepping into a authentic, empowered, confident, beautiful, handsome person, and embodying that and truly transmuting that into helping humanity right now on the earth, helping the animals, helping the plant life on this earth, creating, transmuting, teaching, and just loving. If you found this video to be helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it out to anybody else that is a twin flame that might be struggling. And I'll see you in the next video.